My name is Mike Darr. I am the Director of Insight and Technology for Interstate Batteries. I'm joined by a number of my colleagues here in the audience. We're thrilled to be with you today. We're going to walk you through our journey through GIS. So let's begin with a little bit about who we are as a company. We were founded in the 1950s. That is our founder, John Searcy. He established a new way to distribute batteries that provided them at the point of sale when they are needed. For so many products we may shop for, many of which you'll see today, batteries probably isn't one of those. Many times your battery purchase is when the car doesn't start, or you're in a period where you need it and you need it quick, and that's what we did it, built on a strong foundation of purpose and values as well. We are and have been since 1991 the number one do-it-for-me professional replacement battery supplier. So those are anything from your local garages all the way up to some of the largest national accounts. We are also, though you may not recognize this, we are also the largest recycler of batteries here in North America, and we believe in the world. Last year we sold 17.5 million batteries and we collected 25 million. So why is that important? Lots of reasons. One is it's a great source of the raw material that we need. Batteries are a highly recyclable product. Another really important one, and we take this very seriously, is that it keeps those batteries from entering our environment, from ending up in landfills or other areas where they may cause damage. So we're very proud of this capability. We go to business through 300 distributors, largely in the United States and in Canada. We do have some international presence that I'll touch on. We go to business via those distributors to about 200,000 dealers, and that includes roughly 36,000 that are some of the biggest national accounts: Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Chrysler, Firestone, AAA. As much as we like to meet and exchange ideas with Bruce Wong, we haven't managed to crack GM just yet, but we're hopeful. So thanks to Esri for putting us together again. So we are also a company of positive connections. So pun fully intended on that one. What does that mean? We have an extremely strong brand. There are people that have the tattoo of our brand in various spots, and that's pretty powerful. We're also a company that's built on the values of our people and on a very high-quality product, and all of those being available at the ready. We're also a company that's looking to the future. So in May of this year, we established a new vision for the company, and that was to be the first choice in sustainable battery solutions in every community that we serve. So that's our goal, and we believe strongly we'll be able to achieve that by the year 2020 and continue to maintain the purpose and values that have been the foundation that we're built on and have run on for so many decades. So let's talk a little bit about innovation. It's a 63-year-old company. It's a very reactive company. It's a company that provides a product that needs to be at the ready, and it's had an operating practice that has been at the ready, meaning ready, fire, aim in many ways. That can't be the case going forward. We recognize that the way that we have operated, the products that we provide, the people that we go to market through, they got us to number one today, but that necessarily won't keep us there tomorrow. Why are some of those reasons? Massive increase in the price of fuel. We deliver those batteries, and I was telling a colleague here earlier, if you figure 300 distributors, 300 batteries per truck, about 6 trucks running in a day, 50 pounds of batteries, that's 4.5 million pounds of lead and acid being driven around the country. So we care deeply about this and want to make sure that we are working to optimize that. There's also been a massive increase in the number of batteries required to take care of the car park that is in operation today. That's very different than it was 20 years ago. So we need to use our tools, understand the data, so that we can optimize the inventory that's placed in our markets. Also, massive increase in the cost of our raw materials. Another big reason why we have such a strong recycling practice. So about 5 years ago, leadership in the company had a vision, and that is, how do we use data, the data that's available to us through our vast and broad reach, and data that's available to us through the market, to create these things as a differentiator. Geocentric way of looking at our distributor's territory, a sales analytics tool on steroids, and an unprecedented geocentric accumulation of sales efforts and competitive information. All of those are in quotes because they are the requests and the vision of our CEO, and that's what we've worked to achieve. So what we did is we created a program. Internally, we call it Market IQ, and it is a best-of-breed solution leveraging Salesforce as our CRM, Informatica as our master data management solution, and Hub to connect to all of those distributed organizations that we support, and of course, Esri and MicroStrategy as our analytics tools. So what are some of the things that we've accomplished? Again, I said that we spoke 3 years ago. We talked about doing some of these things. We've achieved a lot of them. This, for instance, is a way that we can, at a glance, look at our total system performance with regard to unit sales, how we are penetrating the markets that we serve. That's our PAR potential piece. And then our core collection. That's that recycling business. How are we doing in that? Now, we can drill into either one of those territories and see how a particular distributor is doing. For this example, this shows the simply as dots represented on a map, the dealers that that particular distributor serves. There are layers that we can add to this to show our prospects and opportunities, as well as our competitors. And we pay very close attention to that, and we can, much like the Kroger example earlier, we can understand how one dealer may be performing versus another just based on some of those influences. We can also, and this is something that is an update, this is something that was a vision 3 years ago, strategically deploy our resources based on demand. So that's the resources as far as our people and our inventory, and we're able to do that quickly. We also look at weather-based sales analysis. Batteries are highly impacted by temperature. We look at our wholesale site selection and our retail site selection. We can use Tapestry data to understand our market penetration and where we need to focus our efforts. We can also use that data to expand into international markets, and we have done that. Lastly, we can use it for reverse logistics to understand how best to optimize that flow of data back into our plants. So we are here. This is a pretty smart guy that I like to reference every once in a while, and that is we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. What do I mean by that? Maybe you recognize these two objects. I happen to have the remote that is on your left. There are 49 buttons on that. I don't even know what they all do. The remote on the right is a far more elegant solution. A lot more time and thought went into that, planning out how that was going to operate in the overall system. So this is what we want to convey to you. Sometimes simple is harder than hard. We've created some hard solutions, and we need to think about how we can integrate those. And in doing so, define solutions that meet the full need, not just the immediate need. And this is a big one, not out kicking our coverage. What do I mean by that? We serve battery distributors. They're battery guys, big, strong guys, salt of the earth, dirt under their fingernails. They get up, they're in their distributorship at 4:30 in the morning. They're there until 7:30 at night. They're going. They're not map guys. They're not computer guys. So we need to think about how we can create solutions that are simple but effective. How can we use that data and harness it in such a way that they're not overwhelmed by it? So that's really the message here. As you think about your particular implementations, what you may be doing, what you may be planning to do, don't be distracted by all of the capabilities. Think about what is your particular strategy and how you need to be effective in deploying that for your particular users. Don't build a moonshot when a slingshot is all that you need. We built some moonshots. So now we're looking at how can we use that same information and simplify it. Work closely with your GIS partners. Esri has some amazing team members that can help you in that process. We've done that. We're going to continue to do that. And this one, accept that sometimes simple really is best. So on behalf of Interstate Batteries, I'd really like to thank you for your time today. It is, again, our pleasure to be here. We learned so much by coming to these presentations and hearing what everyone else has done. We certainly hope that you find this valuable. So thank you very much.